Let's jump back to the Antarctica crazy expedition. Because it was solo, and then you were still creating content. You said that a lot of people were like, oh, there's no way that he went solo. He had a crew, like he had to. What are these pictures? And so you look at these pictures and video on your Instagram, and they're like well framed and they look great. And you set that up. So yes. What was that? You have all this weight that you're pulling. So I'm sure you had to say, should I bring that camera? Is that camera too heavy? Did you have a tripod? Did you have a mini tripod? Did you just have your phone? How did you keep things charged?
Yes.
Because that was my
really
biggest
good question. So yes, if you look at my Instagram during that time, there's some really hilarious comments like, he says he's solo, clearly has a professional photographer with him or whatever. And it's like, that is so funny. I actually, there's a couple of images in the book. There's photos in the book as well. And there's this one, it's a frame shot of me and I'm pulling my sled. It's really funny. I'll pull it up here. It's pretty funny for this exact reason because let's see. So I know the people just listening can't see it, but if you look at here, it's a frame shot and I go, look at the right side. Here's my footprints right here. You can't hide those because I'm literally, if you look at the camera right there, I'm literally take out my tiny little tripod. The only way to get a picture of myself pulling my sled, and it's like kind of this like meta thing. Like, how do you do that, right? And so I have to set up my shot, put the little tripod out. It's freezing cold, so the batteries, they freeze usually out there. It's minus 30 degrees. So I have to have the cameras tucked against my body heat, making them as warm as possible. I'm like, okay, they're gonna give like 2 minutes of battery life inside of them. Take it out, push play, and then go back, strap into my sled, and start like walking and hope the timer like hits like at the right moment. And it's minus 30. So the second I take my gloves off, I can get frostbite on my hands. But the thing is, for me, is that it wasn't like just doing it for the gram. It was that like I wanted to share this story with people as it was happening. And so my commitment to doing that. Now,
that is the most lit doing it for the gram I have ever heard. And you know what, guys? If Colin could do that, you can take out your camera and start your project today.
But there was a couple little tricks like that. It's not any sort of crazy trick that I was doing. But so if it was solar panel, it's how I charge stuff. It was 24 hours of daylight. So I had a solar panel that would charge the stuff while I was sleeping at night. But I had to like really conserve the batteries. Obviously not like unlimited supplies.
So there was never darkness?
Not that time of year in Antarctica. It's 24 hours a day. The sun's actually directly overhead. So you're alone. It's white everywhere. There's nothing to see. And then the sun never changes. It's like being in this like empty white box by yourself, like day after day after day for 54 days. But the crazy part about the content creation, the photos, was it was so hard to get like one single image. I did have an iPhone. I had a GoPro. I had a small Sony RX100 like point and shoot camera. And that was pretty much it. I had a 360 camera. I didn't use it that much. But really what ended up doing was I figured out that like I was really trying to take these photos on timers, and I got some cool shots on that, but it was really hard. So I ultimately just started using my GoPro and a tiny like little like Gorilla Pod, like Joby small like little tripod, and then I would just grab a screen grab of a frame like from it, and like that was the best way I could get like that movement and that action. I mean, obviously if it wasn't minus 30 and I could set up some shots, I'd do it a little bit different, but weight was a big constraint too. Like
Can I look at some of the pictures?
Yeah, absolutely. Check them out. Oh my
gosh.
So, and then my sled was 375 pounds to start, mostly food and fuel so that I wouldn't run out, basically. And so every little thing that I brought, it was like, are you sure you want that little camera? Are you sure you want that extra battery?
You had to think about it, right?
Yeah, definitely a lot went into thinking about that. Gosh. But to be able to bring back, and even, that it's in my book sitting here, that if I hadn't taken the photos, I wouldn't be able to share it. And Antarctica is such an abstract place. Yeah. It's hard to describe it. And it just makes me smile that you're sitting there looking at the photos, because like to bring you into that experience, hopefully I do so well through the words and the storytelling of the book itself. But they say an image picture says 1,000 words, and I see you here on
the sat phone. So how often did you update people?
So I will say this, it's kind of cool. Like I said, I really admire the heroes of yesteryear of exploration. No GPS, no sat phone, like out there. And I certainly don't try to use those things in a way that would be advantageous in terms of like kind of like cheating the rules of unsupported or anything like that. However, like I do really like to engage people
that you're alive as well.
No, which is so I lean into that, which is Jenna, who's my wife, she's I talk to her on the sat phone frequently. Definitely in my darkest moments. I talk a lot about this in the book, of her just kind of pulling me through these tough moments and those words of encouragement and things like that.